G'day folks, it's Cortezerino, and today we're going to be building something super cool. This is my Japanese villager trading hall. So what have we got here exactly? Well, it's just a great big long Japanese style building. It certainly doesn't look like a villager trading hall, but I assure you, on the inside it is fully functional, and you could build this anywhere within your Japanese village. But I've actually designed it to be part of a castle complex. So the castle wall can join straight into the back of our build. And yeah, you can definitely build more than one if you want tons and tons of villagers. And this is how the build looks without shaders. So let's go inside and I'll show you how this thing works. And even though there's not a lot of room in here, it's a very narrow building. This is fully functional, so the first thing you want to do is get 2 villagers into our breeding area right here. And they look very happy and they can't jump out over this little contraption with the trapdoors because they are dopey. And then all you have to do is throw them some bread and we wait for the magic to happen. And there we go, we've got the love hearts. Let's jump up. Often the little baby just appears in their legs. And you might think, well, where are the beds? How are these guys breeding? Where is the little baby? Come on. There he is. Hello, mate. He can't get out either. Don't throw the bread back to me. Anyway, they can see past these trapdoors, so they think they can walk through them. So then they notice the beds underneath the carpet at the front here, and they go ahead and breed. And then when we want to bring one into one of our little trading areas here, we just throw down our workbench. You can open that trapdoor and then we've got a convenient lever up here which will open that and one of them will detect the thing. There we go, off he goes. And when he comes in here, you just close the trapdoor behind him. Now usually you would not open that trapdoor when there's a baby villager in there because he'll just run out over this trapdoor and he'll be off and you'll never see him again. So you just wait till they're all grown up. And just in front of all our trading stations, we have this double layer of carpet. This prevents this guy from seeing past it. It's an impenetrable barrier. He can't see anything beyond that because if we didn't have that there, then it would come to nighttime. He'd be focused on the beds and you'd be here breaking your lectern and replacing it. And he'd be completely disinterested. And then once you fill up an entire section and you don't need to worry about bringing in any more villagers, what you can do is actually place the workstation behind him, throw down an extra bit of carpet, and it just looks a lot cleaner. And I think that is all I need to show you, so let's get started with the tutorial. Okay, we're going to begin by building a rectangle that is 14 blocks by 47, and you can build this out of stone. Except for at the front of the building, build it out of acacia planks. And just be mindful, the building's actually going to extend 1 extra block out from this, so just make sure you leave a 1 block gap from any other buildings. Okay, come along to one of your shorter walls, and what I built here, I want you to copy to the other side. So starting where the acacia is, we're going to knock out those 3, place in acacia stairs. Then we'll do a stone brick wall with a lantern. On the final block here, we'll do the same thing. And then we're just going to run jungle leaves in between. And once you've done that on each side, come along to the front. Not against the stair, but against that plank. We're going to do an acacia fence with a lantern. And then we're going to leave a 1, 2, 3 block gap. And then do the same thing. And just do this all the way along the front. And once you've done all of those, find the middle of our front wall and we're going to do 1, 2, 3 acacia stairs. And then in between all the other lanterns, we're just going to place jungle leaves. So do that all the way along this side and all the way along here. All right, now we're going to swing around to the back wall, and just against our stone, we're going to be placing a mixture of stone stairs, cobblestone stairs, and stone brick stairs. So this can be completely random. Just go ahead and run these all the way along the back wall. And once you've done that, grab some stone, and starting next to that bit of stone, we're just going to run an extra line down like that. And we'll do the same thing on this side. And then all we're going to do is everywhere where we've got stone blocks, we're just going to mix in the occasional stone brick and the occasional andesite. You don't need a lot of them, just one every now and then. So when you're done, you should be looking something like this. Now you can come along to the front, come to the center of these stairs, and behind this we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 acacia planks. And then from the final one, we're just going to run a line of stone all the way along this side until we connect like so. And then we'll do the exact same thing on this side. And once you've done that, grab your acacia planks, and you can see all this area in here. We're just going to fill all of this in with our acacia. And once you've done that, I want you to grab some stone blocks, and just here we're going to run a line of stone all the way along. And on the opposite wall, we're going to do the same thing. We're never going to see this stone, so no need to mix in the other blocks. And then along the back wall, we're also going to do the same thing. And once you've put all of that stone in, I want you to look toward the front of the build. And just in front of this acacia plank, we're going to place a bed, just leaving a 1 block gap right there. Next to the bed head, we're going to bury a sea lantern. And then leaving a 1 block gap, we'll place another each side. We'll do 3 beds on that side, 3 on this side, and just next to the bed, we're going to run stripped oak logs all the way along. We'll do the same thing on this side, and then we're just going to fill up this gap in between them with more stripped oak logs. And that's how you should look when you're done. Now on the side where the head of the bed is, we're going to run 2 lines of our stripped oak, and then on the far side here, we're going to run 3 lines. So do that all the way to the end, and also do that on the other side. Just like that. So now looking from the front of the building, we're going to come along here and we're going to place a crafting table, and then leaving a 1 block gap, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 smooth stone blocks. And then just in front of those, we're going to bury sea lanterns in the ground. And then just next to the crafting table, looking toward our beds, we're going to place a stripped oak log on its side. And we'll do the exact same thing from this side. So starting with our crafting table, we're just going to place in all the same blocks. And that's how you should look when you're done. So now we're going to come along to the back of the building, look toward the front, and on top of that single acacia plank, we're going to place an acacia door. And then with cyan carpet, just holding shift, we're going to cover up our beds. You can change the color of the carpet, guys. You don't have to use the same color I'm using. And then down here on top of the grass and on top of the sea lanterns, I'm going to place a grey carpet and just run them all the way along. And then on top of that layer of carpet, we're going to place another. So do that, of course, on the other side as well. Okay, once you've done that, we're going to surround this area with dark oak planks, and that'll be on top of the stone we've got here. So all we're going to do is just next to our oak floor, we're just going to run a big box of our dark oak planks all the way around. And that's how you should look when you're done. So now come along to one of your shorter sides, and just in line with that smooth stone, we're going to place a stripped dark oak log. And we'll do the exact same thing up this side. And then across the front and the back, this will be exactly the same. So starting diagonally out from our dark oak, we're just going to leave a 3 block gap and run these all the way along. And you should finish diagonally out from that dark oak plank. So go ahead, do the exact same thing up the back. And then once you've got all of these in, we're going to build them all up so they are 5 blocks tall. So we're adding an extra 4 to them. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just go ahead, do that for each of these. Okay, now you can come around to the back, and we're going to work on just the back wall. So not on the sides of the front, just the back. So inside of each of these little 3-block gaps, we're going to do 3 spruce planks, then 3 stripped dark oak logs. We'll do an oak trapdoor there, and you can flick it up, and then we'll surround it with 5 white concrete. And it's exactly the same for each of these, so just go ahead, build the whole thing, just like that. Then you can come to the inside, and against the very end here, on top of the dark oak, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 white concrete, and up the opposite end on top of the corner there, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and then we're just going to connect these with our white concrete, just making sure to leave that gap for our window. So when you're done, you'll be looking like this. Now we're going to do our 2 short side walls, and we're going to start with a polished diorite slab, 2 white concrete, then skip a block, we'll do another concrete, slab, 2 concrete. Now on top of each concrete, we're going to add 2 more, just like so. Then we'll put a spruce fence there with a lantern, and the other side is exactly the same. So we'll do slab, 2 concrete, skip a block, concrete, slab, 2 concrete, and you know what to do, just build these up and then put in your lantern. Okay, now come to the outside of these walls, and in the corner here we're going to place 4 spruce fences with an upside down dark oak stair, then looking in the other direction, a right way up dark oak stair, and we'll do the same thing here, 4 fences, upside down stair, then in the other direction, a right way up stair. Now we're going to look toward the center of our build and place 1, 2, 3 upside down dark oak stairs, and another 3 right there. So build that on the other side. Okay, now we're going to do our front wall, and we'll start where our door is. So each side of the door, we're going to place 3 white concrete. We'll do an upside down dark oak stair above the door, then a white concrete on top, and then each of our windows is exactly the same. We're going to go 3 white concrete each side with a polished diorite slab in the middle. So just fill up the rest of these spaces with this design. So when you're done, you should be looking like this, and now we can head to the inside of the build, and each side of the door we're going to place 3 anvils. We'll need them for the trading hall. But against all of these other logs, we're just going to place 3 mud brick walls. So go ahead, place all of those in. Then you can come along to the back wall, and starting just below this stair, we're going to run deep slate tiles all the way along the back wall. And once you've done that all the way along, on top of every other wall, we're going to be running our polished diorite. So just above all of our white concrete, we're going to do a single line of this. So just turning the corner, run this all the way around. So when you're done, you should be looking like this, guys, with your diorite running all the way around. So now come to the front wall, and in each of these gaps against our diorite, we're going to do 2 dark oak fences with a dark oak fence gate, and you can open that up. So do that for each of these gaps just on the front wall. And then we're going to hang a bunch of lanterns from these fences. So where the front door is, we're going to hang 2 lanterns. Then if we go to the right, we're just going to hang a lantern from the fence on the right. And if we go to the left, we'll just hang a lantern from the fence on the left. And then starting right here, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 flowering azalea leaves. We'll skip the next one and then do 3. And we're just going to keep doing that, just skipping 1 and then placing in our 3 leaves, just like so. Now we're going to come to the inside, and we're going to fill up these windows. And this is the same for the windows on the side as well. So just place a temporary block up the top, then holding shift, place 3 acacia trapdoors. You can flick them down and break your block. So go ahead, do that for each of these windows, so on the side walls and the front. So when you're done, you should be looking like this. So now I want you to look at these 2 little cross beams of our stripped oak logs. What we're going to do is put our back to the front door, look in this direction, and then leaving a 1 block gap from the wall, we're going to put a stripped dark oak log on top of those cross beams. And then we'll add an extra 3, so they are 4 blocks tall in total. Then just in front of these, again on the crossbeam, we're going to do a dark oak plank, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 white concrete. Same thing on this side. So now, just in front of the carpet, and this is the same on the other side as well, we're just going to be leaving a 1 block gap in between, but we're just going to build these all the way to the wall, and each of these is going to look exactly like that one. So just go ahead, build all of these up. So when you're done, you should have these built all the way along. So now come along to the one where our crafting table is, and we're just going to leave a 1 block gap and then place 4 mangrove planks. We'll do an ender chest on the bottom and then 3 chests with a smooth stone slab above that. And that'll be the same on this side as well, just behind our crafting table. And once you've got all of those in, what we're going to do is at the same height as that top chest, we're going to be adding another chest here, and this one will have a stone slab above and below. So run these all the way along, and of course do this on both sides. And these chests are just to help trade with your villagers. So rather than having a whole bunch of double chests full of enchanted books, you can just have your sign here saying Mending Villager. And when you trade with him, you put all the books in the chest right above his head. So you know later if I want mending books, you just come over to your mending guy. So now for each of these sections, what we're going to do is just place a ochre frog light against the chest. So you'll have to hold shift for this. So just go ahead, run these all the way along. Then on the ground here, we're going to place mangrove trapdoors looking from the same direction I am. And then you can come to this side, flick them up and place a spruce fence gate right there against the dark oak. So go ahead, do this on each side. Okay, once you've done that, we're going to come back to the center, and just behind this stripped dark oak log, we're going to bury a sea lantern, grey carpet on top, then a spruce fence gate above it, redstone torch above that, then place a lever and switch it on. And we'll do the same thing from this side. We're just putting this lever up nice and high so the villagers don't get in the way when we're trying to let one of them out of the breeding area. Then looking from this direction, just next to this dark oak plank, we're going to run our mangrove trapdoors all the way along, and you can flick them up, and then just holding shift, I'm going to place a grey carpet on top of each of those, and then in front I'm going to place more of the mangrove trapdoors. And then just above this, I'm going to run a white concrete beam all the way along. Now, this works on Java Edition. The villagers don't know they can jump out. If you have trouble with this on Bedrock and they're jumping over it, instead of carpet, you can try putting more trapdoors across the top. Okay, come along to where our lantern is, and just above that, at this height here, we're going to run a line of dark oak slabs. And then just above our frog lights, we're going to run a line of stripped dark oak. So run both these all the way to the other side. Okay, once you've done that, I want you to come to one of your shorter walls. And on top of this stripped dark oak log, we're going to add an extra 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then against the stairs, we're going to place sea lanterns. And then we're going to run stripped dark oak all the way along like so, with an extra 2 on top of the sea lanterns, and then we're going to cover the sea lanterns with dark oak trapdoors. Then right here you can place 6 white concrete, and then 2 and 1. Same thing on this side, 6 concrete, then 2 and 1. We'll place 2 spruce buttons right there, and an extra 2 right there. So build that on the other side. Okay, now we're going to build up the front and the back walls, and I've already done the front right there, so we will do the back wall together. It's exactly the same. So starting at this sea lantern, we're just going to run stripped dark oak all the way along until we connect to the other sea lantern. And then you can see where we've got these ends of our logs poking up. Just behind those, we're going to be doing 2 more stripped dark oak just on top of that log we placed, and then in between those it'll be white concrete. So just do this all the way along. And then you can come to the inside, and on top of our dark oak slabs, we are going to run another line of our stripped dark oak logs. Okay, now I want you to stand up on this log, and we're going to come all the way to the end here. And on top of our diorite, we're going to place 3 stripped dark oak. And where this first pillar is, we're going to place another 3. And then we're going to skip the next 2 pillars. And then we're going to place 3. We'll do that again. We'll skip that one, skip the next one. Then we'll place 3. Same thing here. Skip 2 pillars, place 3. And then on top of the diorite on the end, place your logs. So exactly where we've placed these ones, go ahead and place them in the other direction. So when you're done, you should be looking like this, guys. So now you can come to the wall up the end, and against the top of that log, we'll do an upside down dark oak stair with a polished deep slate slab each side of that, and we'll do the same thing up this end. Now look down to where we've got these little intersections of our logs. We're just going to place another stripped dark oak log poking up, and these are going to be 4 blocks tall. So I've done 1 already, we'll do 2, 3, 4, and then each side of that we'll do a polished deep slate slab. So go ahead, build all of these up. Okay, once you've done that, come along to the front of the building. And you can see this dark oak stair we've got. I wanted to place a dark oak slab there, another one in front, and then we're going to move that up half a block with a dark oak trapdoor right there. And we'll do the same thing up this end. So our 2 slabs, then move that one up, and then our dark oak trapdoor. Now against this slab, we're going to place a line of deep slate tiles slabs. Same thing right there, and against the bottom half of that stair, another line. So these 3 lines of slabs, just run them all the way along until we connect up the other side. And once you've placed all of these in, just across the front, we're going to place dark oak trapdoors. And once you've done that, just in front of our front door, behind these 2 lanterns, we're going to put acacia fences. And we're going to build these up until they connect to the trapdoors above. And then you can hold shift and place 1, 2, 3 acacia fence gates. And we're just going to continue doing this all the way along the front here. So just behind our lanterns, we're going to put our fences, and then we'll put our fence gates, but also here we're going to put 3 along the bottom. Just don't put them where our stairs are. So go ahead, build these all the way across the front. So when you're done, you'll be looking like this. So you've got your entrance at the front, and you've also got an entrance on each side. So now we can come around to the back wall, and where this dark oak stair is, we're going to put 2 slabs there, then move that one up half a slab. And we'll do the same thing up this end, so 2 slabs and then move it up. And then what we're going to do is against the bottom slab, we're going to run a line of dark oak slabs. Against this one, it's going to be deep slate tile slabs, and against the stair, deep slate tile slabs again. So just run those all the way along. Okay, staying on our back wall, we're going to be looking at these dark oak pillars right here. So what we're going to do is skip the first one, but then place a polished deep slate block against the second with a lantern hanging from that. Then we'll skip 2 pillars and do it again. Skip 2 pillars, do another, and skip 2 pillars, and we'll finish right there. Now against the bottom half of that deep slate block, we're going to place a dark oak slab, and we're going to extend it 1 block further than that dark oak pillar. So it's just poking out toward the front. And then we can run this all the way down to the other side, and we're going to do the same thing and extend it by 1 block past that dark oak pillar. So what we just built there at the back wall, I want you to build the exact same thing at the front wall. Okay, now we're going to build up the roof on our 2 side walls. So what I built here, copy to the opposite side. So next to the top of this dark oak log, we'll do a deep slate tile slab with another one on top, and then a deep slate tile block, and then 2 tile stairs. We'll do the same thing on this side, slab, slab, block, stair, stair, then a polished deep slate block in the middle. Now we'll switch to dark oak. We'll do 2 slabs against those 2 slabs. Then we'll do a dark oak stair upside down, a dark oak trapdoor beside it, and another upside down stair. We'll do the same thing here, so slab, slab, upside down stair, trapdoor, stair, and then we'll do another upside down stair in the middle, and then we're going to do right way upstairs, so one on top of the trapdoor and another just above that. Same thing here, stair, stair, and then finish with dark oak planks in the middle. So go ahead and build that on each side. Now the next bit's a bit complicated, so just bear with me and rewind the video if you need to. So starting against that polished deep slate block, we're going to place 6 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then a sea lantern. And we're going to place 2 more sea lanterns, leaving 2 blocks in between them. So just like that. Then we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 polished deep slate. And then we'll do our sea lanterns again, 3 of them, just leaving 2 block gaps in between. Then another 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll do our 3 sea lanterns again. And then you should finish with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 until we connect. Now grab polished deep slate stairs, and starting on top of that slab, we're going to place one there. And we're just going to leave 2 block gaps in between our polished stairs. So run these all the way along, and once you've done it on this side, go to the other side and do the same thing. And then you can come underneath, and against each of these sea lanterns, we're going to place a mangrove trapdoor. Okay, now we're going to start building up our roof, and you can see we've already got the shape of it with our deep slate tile blocks there. So right on the end, I want you to grab the polished slabs this time and go 1, 2, 3. And then we'll do a polished stair, and it's right below that polished stair we just placed. And what we're going to be doing is alternating between these 2 different patterns. And you'll know where to put the polished ones because we've already put the stairs at the top, but everywhere else is just deep slate tile. So we're going to be doing 2 lines of our deep slate tile slabs there, and then 2 lines of stairs. And then we reach a polished stair, so it'll be slab, slab, slab. Stair, stair. Pretty simple, just remember the pattern. 2 of the tiles and then 1 of the polished. So when you're done, you should be looking like this with this pattern running all the way along. Now everywhere where we've got the line of polished, I want you to place a polished deep slate block just at the top. And we've got some magic blocks there that don't want to appear, but just continue to run these all the way along until we reach the end, and then in between those we are going to place deep slate brick walls. And once you get to the end, we're going to look away from our building, and on top of the dark oak we're going to place a dark oak stair, and then in the other direction 1 upside down and another one right way up with a dark oak slab against the top of that. And we'll do the same thing from this side, so stair, then upside down, right way up, and a slab. And then just on top of our walls here, we're going to run a line of dark oak slabs all the way across to the other side. And once you've done that, guys, that is your build 100% complete. You just need to get 2 villagers in here to get started, and then you can begin breeding and trading. And also, like, I haven't done an attic or anything up here, it's just an open roof, but if you want more space, just put a ladder up here, and then you can grab slabs or something and just make another floor up here if you want to. So that's it, guys. I hope this will be a super functional build in your world. It should come in very handy, and I hope it'll also look super awesome in your little town or village or castle complex. So thanks for watching, guys. I'm Cortezerino, and I'll see you later.